Hi, this is Jack Godfrey, and this is Beginner Qigong. So today we're going to do, as we usually do, some warm-up movements, just to get the muscles sort of ready to move. And then we'll work through the standing posture, which in the springtime is standing like a tree. We're going to work through the daily Qigong series. Depending on how much time we have left at the end of that, we're going to deal with the healing sounds for spring, which is hiss. No, it's not. That's for the fall. For the spring, it is shh, and that involves the liver and the gallbladder meridians. So let's get started. So to begin with, we're going to do a few movements to sort of warm the muscles up, get the body a little more flexible, because for me, this is early in the morning, and you want to have the muscles moving comfortably. So we're going to start with standing on a boat. So we introduce the small triangle, the large triangle. So you shift forward, put your weight in the toes while keeping your heels on the floor. This is the small triangle, big toe, little toe, and the ball of the foot. Shift your weight into the heels while keeping your toes on the floor. So this is big toe, little toe, and the heel. So the feet are flat to the floor in both cases. So from the side, it looks like this. So we're standing here, and you shift your weight forward, small triangle, big toe, little toe, and the ball of the foot. And you lift the ribs, you lift the chin, you lift the tailbone. So we're here on the small triangle, and then we shift back onto the large triangle, big toe, little toe, and heel. And so we shift forward, small triangle, we shift back, large triangle. So that's the movement there. Now the other piece that goes with this is the dragon's back and the turtle back. So dragon back is in combination with the small triangle. So you shift forward onto the front of the foot, knees are slightly bent, you pull the belly button in, you bring the tailbone into the body a little bit, you lift the ribs, you lift the chin, you gaze up. So this is the dragon's back. We're stretching the front of the body, and the back of the body is arched. And then we move into a turtle back. So you shift into the heels. So this is the large triangle, big toe, little toe, and the heel. You tuck the tailbone in. You drop the ribs. You drop the chin. And now we're stretching the back. And so once again, let's look at that from the side. So we're here. A dragon's back. You shift into the small triangle, pull the tailbone up the back of the body, lift the ribs, lift the chin, stretch the front of the body. Turtle back. Tuck the tailbone in, drop the ribs, bring the shoulders down, drop the chin. We're looking down here and we're stretching the back. So the back is rounded here, and when this is a dragon's back, we're stretching the front. A turtle back, we're stretching the back. All right, and now we're going to move into some warm-ups now that we got the spine going the way we want. So we'll start with standing on a boat. So inhale, we lift the arms. So this is a dragon's back here, and you do the movement to a count of 4. So we inhale for a count of 4, and then we exhale for a count of 4. So inhale, small triangle, dragon's back, inhaling for 4. Exhale, large triangle, turtle back, exhale for 4. So once again, from the side. Inhale. Inhaling. Once more here. All right, and now we're going to move on to the next one here, which is swinging the dragon's whiskers. And so this is going to work on twisting the spine this way. So we're working on opening up and freshening up the torso here. So swinging the dragon's whiskers, the hands start low. So we turn here to the side with the arms down here, and you turn to the opposite side and let the hands hit the hips. So we come here. So we're working on getting a good twist in the spine. And now what we do is we start alternating the hands low, hands high. And what you want to do now is look behind you. And we're just going to pause here for a little detail on swinging the dragon's whiskers. There's one thing you want to avoid is not going too quickly, because you can't end up getting dizzy. So this part's easy. So you just come around here and let the hands relax. And so when you get here, you want to pause and look directly behind you as best you can. Then we come around to the front and we look behind on the opposite side. So we're working on getting a good twist in the spine here. And you want to pause when you're looking back. This gives the head a chance to stay calm and not get dizzy. And now we change the arms. So now we're going to come up to the shoulders. So this hand comes up here and cups the shoulder. This other arm ends up here. So you want to have the wrist and the two shoulders in a straight line as you turn, and you turn the head and you point behind you. And then the hands come down and they come up on the opposite side, and you look behind you on this side as well. So it's inhale here and exhale when we get here. So then, and now we'll do the two in combination for a few sequences, and then we'll get into Crescent Moon and on to the Golden Qigong. So we start here. This is swing the dragon's whiskers. So once, twice, once, twice. One more cycle. All right, and the last one in this warm-up segment is Crescent Moon. And so we start here. You put your hand, in this case, hand on your liver. So my liver's over here on the right side. I assume your liver's also on your right side, so put your hand on your liver. Hold this one out about shoulder height. So it's inhale here, and then exhale. We reach up, overhead, and you stretch the side. You're looking for a stretch from the fingertips to the heel. Now we do the other side. So you put your hand on the heart, left side of your body. And we're here, so it's inhale. And then exhale, we stretch up over the head. And again, stretching from the fingertips down to the toes. And we come back here. Hand here, hand here. Inhale. Exhale. And the hands change side. And we'll do one more each side. And now we'll move on to the Golden Qigong series, but as we usually do, at least I do, we'll pull down the heavens 3 times to mark the beginning of the series. So inhale, we turn to your right, gather the Qi, we reach up, big stretch from fingertips to toes. We turn to the opposite side, and we draw the Qi down in to the brass basin, this area of the body here. So 2 more. And now we're going to move on to the Golden Qigong series, and we start with shaking the 9 gates. Our hands are wet. Shake the water off the hands. We add the shoulders in as well. And then you get the knees, the hips, and the ankles moving also. And then we add a twist as we look over the shoulder. So inhale here. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now when I'm doing this, a lot of times I forget about my shoulders, and I have to remember to keep them going. So shaking the 9 gates gets the chi moving to the extremities and getting it out of the trunk and out of the abdomen and into the feet and the fingers. So the 9 gates, the elbows, the shoulders, the wrists, the knees, the hips, the ankles, the lower back, the ribs, and the neck. The major joints in the body where the flow of chi tends to get stuck because the joints are stiff, inflamed, congested, and we're using this movement to encourage the chi to move out to the fingertips and the toes. And now, when you pause here, your hands should have some color in them, maybe a little bit of pink, and it should have some tingling going on. So the more you do this over time, the more you're going to have this happen. And the tingling will move up into the shoulders as well. It takes a while. So the next movement is standing on a boat, which we just did a few minutes ago as part of our warm-up. So here we go here. So inhale. So remember, it's a count of 4. We're on the small triangle. Count of 4. We're on the large triangle. Dragon's back here. Turtle back. Inhaling. And we'll do one more of these. All right, and now it's Phoenix ascends the flame. So for this one, you lower the hips, you're on the small triangle, you gather the chi from the earth, and we bring it up. Dragon's back here. And then large triangle, exhaling with a turtle back. So inhale. Inhale, we gather the chi. Inhale. And once more. And next, we're going to do monkey leaps from a tree. So for this one, we're on the small triangle with a dragon's back. We reach up, we look up, we catch a parcel. We sink it down on an exhale. Put the parcel down with the dragon's back here. So tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. We come back up. Exhale, we sink down. Inhaling. Exhale. And one more of these. And we're done with that movement. So that was a monkey leaps from a tree. And next we have a snake rises out of the grass. So we've been standing in our narrow stance here, and for this one we're going to be bringing our arms down between our legs. So you might want to have them a little bit wider. And so for this one, snake rises from the grass. Inhale, we gather the chi from the heavens, bring it around to the kidneys. And then exhale, we come around the inside of the legs. Back of the hands to the legs, elbows to the legs. We fold forward. And then tuck chin, tuck tailbone. We come back up with the palms against the legs. And we drop. So inhale, gather the chi. Exhale, we fold forward the dragon's back. And then tuck chin, tuck tailbone, stretching the spine with a turtle back. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we come on down. So inhale. Inhaling. And two more. Last one. All right, and now the next one is embracing the sun and the moon. So we need to be in a different stance here. So we've been in the narrow stance, and now we want to be in the stacking the bone stance. So to get there, we step out to the side, and you want to put the shoulder, the ribs, the hip, and the ankle all in one pile. So this knee's bent, this leg's straight. And so this is the stack of bones here. And we're vertical. We're not leaning over, and we're not back here. You want to have the hip and the shoulder right over the ankle, the stack of bones. Now we come over here to see if the same thing's happening. Shoulder, ribs, hip, knee bent, all over the ankle. And so you just sort of check from side to side and go, yeah, this seems to be working right. I've got a stack of bones here, and I have a stack of bones here. Now, bring your hands, fingertips in the belly button, and the palms flat to the abdomen. Pop the hands out like this. Get the stack of bones happening here. Now turn the hips so you can see the foot between your hands. Now push with that foot. Let the hips turn as we travel to the opposite side, and you want to see the foot between the hands here. So as we move from side to side, the hips turn. So it starts with push with the foot, the hips turn, and the torso turns on top. And so we're here like this. So this is setting up the foundation. Now we're over here. Bring the hands up. So the hands we're holding a ball near the shoulder, not up tight, and we're not out far. We're here. So the arms are bent, and we're holding the ball next to the body, nearby. And now you push with the foot, the hips turn, the torso turn, the ball comes down. We're now facing the opposite way, and the ball rises up. And so we come down here to the center, the hips turn, the torso turns, the shoulders, the arms move, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So we'll do 3 more of these, which means we do it each side. So over here we're gathering the chi from the moon and we draw it in to the brass basin. Here we gather the chi from the sun and we draw that in as well. So inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale. So inhale, gather the chi from the sun, draw it into the brass basin. Inhale, gather the chi from the moon. And we're going to do 1 more cycle, starting over here. So gather the chi from the moon and bring it into the brass basin. Gather the chi from the sun and draw that in as well. And now you bring the feet back to that narrow stance. And now we're into clearing the 7 energy centers. So 7 energy centers and the chakras from yoga are in the same location. So you start with the root, the navel, the stomach, the heart, the throat, the forehead, and the top of the head. So we start with stirring up the chi in the brass basin. So you draw it up the back and down the front. And now you draw some of that chi out and we hold it here at the surface of the body. You push it down to the root. You draw it up the back and come through at the navel. So you push down, you drop the gaze. Inhale, you lift the gaze. And exhale, we lower the gaze. Now we move up to the stomach. So inhale, we're on the small triangle. Exhale, we're on the large triangle. And now we move up to the heart. Inhale and exhale. Once more here. And now we move up to the throat. So you draw the chi up the back, up the governing vessel. Exhale, you bring it down the front, down the conception vessel. So once more here. And now we move up to the forehead. And now to the crown, the top of the head, the Baha'i point. Last one at the crown. And now we move down one at a time, starting with the crown. The forehead. The throat. The heart. The stomach. The navel. And once more at the navel for the root. And now we pull down the heavens 3 times before we move on. So inhale. All right, and so that was clearing the 7 energy centers. Next is gather the clouds to make a jade pillow. The jade pillow, there's a bump at the base of your skull, at the center of your neck, at the back. You have 2 big tendons that come up to help support the head, and there's a bump there. That's the jade pillow. And so what we're doing here is we're gathering chi from the heavens. We're bringing it around to the jade pillow. You lift the chin, you lift the ribs, so spread the elbows wide. And then tuck chin, tuck tailbone, rounding the back. You're not pulling on the head. The hands are just resting here. Inhale, we come up, lifting the ribs, opening wide. And then exhale, massaging the gallbladder meridian. You draw the chi down in to the brass basin. So inhaling, exhale. Inhale, we come up, and exhale. Inhale. And 2 more of these. Last one. All right, so that was gather the clouds to make a jade pillow. And next is return to fetal position. So for this one, you gather the chi from the heavens in a robin's egg fist. So you bring your thumbs and your fingertips together so that there's a space. You can look through your hand and you see daylight. So this is a robin's egg fist. So we gather some chi into that open fist. Bring it around to the kidneys. And then we come forward. And you lower the hips. And we elbows to knees, head to wrists. And inhale. We come back up. Across the hips, up to the ribs. And then down in to the brass basin. So inhaling. Inhale, we come up. Inhale, we gather the chi. And once more. And now, leading the golden chi ball around the small circuit. So small circuit starts from the root, the Hoyin, comes up the back, up the conception, governing vessel, to the Baha'i point, and then down the front, down the conception vessel. So this is a small circuit, and it finishes up at the Hoyin as well. The Hoyin, the root, the tailbone, the bottom, the perineum, the pelvic floor, and the Baha'i point, the top, the crown of the head. So we start here with stirring up the chi in the brass basin. So you draw it up the back and down the front. Now we draw some of this out here, and this is where it's leading the golden chi ball. So your chi ball that you have in your hand can be gold, bright, matte, whatever, or maybe some other color resonates with you. And so whichever color it is, we're going to lead it around the small circuit. So exhale, you push it down to the root, down to the Huayin, down to the tailbone. Inhale, you bring it up the governing vessel, over the Baha'i point. And then exhale, you drop it down the conception vessel. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we're on the small triangle. We lift the gaze. Exhale, large triangle. We lower the gaze. Inhale, the dragon's back. Exhale, a turtle back. So we do 2 more cycles. And 1 more. And that's the end of the Golden Chi Ball series. So we pull down the heavens 3 times to mark the end of this series. So it's inhale. We turn to the right. Turn to the opposite side. We bring the chi down. Last one. And so now we're going to move into the healing sound for the spring, which is to do with the liver meridian, and the sound is shh. And the color associated with this is green as well. So you want to step out to the side. So we're in that stacking of the bones stance that we were in earlier. And you put your hand on your liver. So my liver's on the right side. Your liver should be on your right side as well. And we hold this hand up here. And we gather some green chi in the palm of our hand. So it's inhale here. And then exhale. We reach up. That chi flows down the arms and in to the liver. So it's inhale. And we do the healing sound 3 times for the 3 different aspects of the body. So the Jing, the physical aspect, the Qi, the energetic aspect, and the 3rd time for the Shen, the mental, the spiritual, the contemplative aspect of the body. So we'll do it 1 more time. So hand on the liver. We reach out, we gather some Qi, some green Qi, that glowing mist in the palm of the hand. So inhale. And so that's the healing sound for the spring. And we're going to wrap up today with our 5 directions. So the 5 directions are forward and backwards. We come off to the side and we come to the other side, and then we come to the center. And now when we do this, it'd be best to have the feet wider apart in stacking of the bones, or horse stance if that works for you, because we're going to be going from side to side and we want to keep good stability here. So inhale, small triangle, dragon's back. Exhale, large triangle, turtle back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. And to the center. And we want to move to the count of 4, so it's inhale for 4, exhale for 4. Inhale for 4, exhale for 4. Inhale for 4, exhale for 4. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8. So you get to 4 about here. Inhale. Inhaling here. Inhale. Last cycle. And now you bring the feet back to that narrow stance. And that's it for today. So thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next time.